in Ghana for free speech infractions. I have the full report here. Unfortunately, because it's loaded, we cannot, if you like, read the entire thing. And so we will dwell on the salient points. And of course, if any of us jumps on any other thing that would. But of course, let's start off with whether or not the United States as a country has locus to speak on anything that happens anywhere. Let me start off with you, Safohini.
Well, thank you very much.
So you're going to come back to me on CPP?
Yeah,
you'll get there.
Yeah, so I'll come back there.
So note it.
Yeah, I'll note that.
Yes, I think in life, if anybody, any institution, any grouping gets some critique from another, it is good to even listen. You may not agree, but at least it gives you how somebody else is seeing what you're doing. And then gives you the opportunity to do whatever is necessary to correct it or to, you know, let them know that they're wrong or whatever. But it's not bad that somebody gives you or another organization gives you a critique.
Okay.
So on that score, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Now to the specific of your question,
Okay.
whether the United States has a locus. On the African continent, we don't meddle in the affairs of other countries. It is part of our statutes in the African Union. But at the same time, too, on the African continent, we have a peer review program whereby we critique each other. We try to draw attention where we think some of our sister countries are going a little off the mark, you know, from their peers, leaders of other countries. And it helps to keep all of us in check. Now, the United States over the years has made it its business to try and tell countries what to do, actually, not just criticize. They want to tell us what to do. They think they know better than everybody else. That position is one that has been roundly condemned by so many people. And what people have said in return is that they should also look about their own issues. We've seen the way Africans, people of African American descent, and blacks generally, are shot before even people ask them questions and things like that. All these things are happening. We want to see them address those things as well. Those issues must be dealt with. We saw in the last administration the kind of things their leader did against the rest of the world. So in as much as we welcome some critique, they, from where they sit and how they see it, they think that we are, what do you call it? We are, what? Gagging the press, as it were.
Yes, free speech.
You know, and we all know that is not true. It's not true in Ghana. Yes.
You can't just say it's not true.
Well,
that will be unfair to people who probably have gone through some treatment, form of treatment.
You see, I will not say that some people may not have gone through some situations that I'm not happy with. That one day.
Right.
But to say that there's a general atmosphere of press intimidation, things like that.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Is it because you are not part of the fraternity?
I don't need to be part of the fraternity.
You sure?
Yes, because you see, the way the press is handled is something that we all observe.
Okay.
So if the press is being handled in a particular way that is alarming, I don't think we need anybody to tell us. We'll see it. Of course, like I'm saying, there have been situations that have not been the best. There have been situations where after a radio program, some people have gone in there to have some issues with presenters and that. Yes, we've had that. I don't support it. It's wrong. We've had that in the past. We are moving forward. We must have a better situation. You know, recently, I remember not just a Minister for Interior, I think even the MP from some constituencies in Northern Ghana were advocating that some of the phone-ins on some of the radio programs should be suspended because they were worried that it was fueling the local tensions in town, because some people were actually spewing out falsehoods and just pouring petrol into fire, quote unquote.
Absolutely, and that can be done by the National Media Commission.
Yes, yes.
It's clear.
So
There are
those situations
Right.
do exist. I'm not have any problem with those.
Right.
Those are facts. Those are realities, and we all know them.
Right.
But to say generally that in Ghana, we've seen situations in this country when we had serious media intimidation. We saw it. There was a
even
time-
even if this one is nuanced and subtle, you can't tell, and clearly some of them, anyways.
we must always improve the situation.
All right.
No matter what.
Okay.
We must always improve the situation.
Okay.
And it's not perfect.
Okay.
There have been instances, like I've said, there have been some instances, but I will not agree with that report.
Is it not interesting? And I'll come back to you on the CPP thing, but let me put this to both of you. Is it not interesting that the 2022 Amnesty International report cited Ghana also as one of the countries where human rights are being abused by state authorities and the security agencies? What they said in there is that, Ghana is now being cited for unrestrained, unnecessary use of brute force against civilians on several occasions, citing instances where journalists in line of duties were abused without the culprits even being fined. And this one, we have the United States report. And I'm not too sure Amnesty and United States would plan and would want to dent the image of the country.
See, if I may, there has been one incident.
So I was actually going to anyways. Okay. No, go ahead.
There's one incident that has actually caused us quite a lot of. That is the death of Ahmed Swali. You see, that was one major incident. We've had a few other ones.
I see.
Yes. So some of those things, like for example, if it happens, it really brings down your ratings.